The quarterfinals move north and south.
It's TAP Air Portugal against Finnair. We're back in standard EuroBusiness. We've got serene Nordic lounges going up against impressive southern dining.
Welcome back to the Flyman Yann Aviation World Cup.
Both airlines earned their spots here by conquering the trenches of economy, with TAP outlasting Iberia and Finnair crushing SAS. Each airline will be rated in 5 categories, and only one can advance to the semi-finals.
Let's see who wins this battle for the edges of Europe. I'm starting today with TAP Air Portugal. I'm back here at Lisbon Airport, and since I'm flying business class today, hopefully there's a nicer check-in area which isn't tucked away in some dark corner with low ceilings like last time. So let's head inside. Okay, so check-in wasn't quite a premium experience. It was tucked away again in a dark corner. The queue took quite a while to get through, and there was construction noise just blaring. On the positive side, it does look like they're rebuilding the whole premium check-in area, but until then, it doesn't look that nice. And I didn't even get a fancy boarding pass, just some flimsy paper. But anyway, on to more important things. I do have fast track access and lounge access, so let's get through and check that out.
Well, the premium feeling isn't starting in the lounge either. It's a crowded space and felt more like a contract lounge than an airline business class lounge. There was a buffet with salads, hot dishes, and various croquettes, a sweet treats counter, wine, juices, and soft drinks available to self-pour. The highlight was probably the staffed bar with cocktails made to order, but unfortunately, no champagne here, so it's a glass of sparkling wine for me today. Cheers!
I just left the lounge and I thought maybe it was a bit bad because it was the Schengen lounge, so I looked online at the non-Schengen one and apparently it's more of the same, so not great on the TAP lounges here.
If the ground service wasn't bad enough already, they've gone ahead and hit me with a bus gate. Let's just hope they can turn it around on board. And here's the 7-year-old A321neo we're flying over to Vienna today.
I just got settled into my seat here on TAP Air Portugal, and if you remember last time I flew with them, I was on one of their A321 LRs. So I was sitting in economy, but at the front of the plane it had the proper lie-flat business seats. And this aircraft is usually reserved for transatlantic flights. I just got lucky to get it on an intra-European one. Today, we're on a standard A321. We'll give Finnair like a fair chance at this fight. So anyway, enough said, let's have a look around.
I wasn't expecting the cabin to look this modern. The dark color scheme looks great with the red accent on the headrest. The seat felt comfortable enough. The headrest was 4-way adjustable, although the sides were a bit narrower than you usually see on these sorts of headrests. Legroom was amazing at 32 inches of seat pitch, no complaints here. And the recline also felt very reasonable. There's also a device holder, which I always love to see, but we'll come back to this in the amenities section. I was pleasantly surprised by the seat actually, in the context of EuroBusiness that is. For now, boarding was just finishing up, so let's get in the sky and see how the service holds up. The crew handed out a menu with today's food options, which is not something you see often in EuroBusiness, and they came by to take the order 10 minutes after takeoff. The trolley made an appearance 30 minutes after takeoff, and dinner was served.
So it started pretty negative today with the ground service, that check-in area, the poor lounge, the bus gate, but things have really taken a turn here with the meal service. I think this is going to be the highlight of the flight. Honestly, that food was delicious. There was a squid for starters with potatoes, tasted great. The main course was guinea fowl, also with potatoes and some vegetables. That was delicious, and the portion of meat was really big. Usually you find they skimp a bit on the portion size for the meat. But here it's big, it tasted delicious, it was well cooked, the meat was tender. I was really happy with this dish. And for dessert, it was a rice pudding with cinnamon. Not usually my thing, but it tasted really good and I finished all of it. It was a clean plate today, so really impressed with the meal. After the crew cleaned up my plate, they came through and gave us little pieces of chocolates, which is always a nice touch. And most importantly, they've kept my champagne topped up. So, cheers. Toilet inspection time for TAP, and first things first, I can say they've not done anything special for business class. It's just a standard toilet. It's pretty clean, the space is decent, the soap dispenser is a bit leaky though, everything's fully stocked up with the paper, but there's no special amenities or soap or anything for business class. It's just a standard plain toilet, there's nothing wrong with it, but there's also nothing extra for business class. So I'm gonna use it and head back to my seat. Okay, so I'm back in my seat, and what about the amenities category to keep me busy for the rest of the flight? Well, unlike the A321neo LR we flew on last time with TAP, which had in-flight entertainment screens built into all those screens, this is just a standard A321neo. There's no seatback entertainment, but this is what most of their fleet flying within Europe is comprised of, so that's expected. There is the pull-down tablet or phone or whatever holder right in front of the seat, which I always love to see, and which I use most of the time. I'm watching videos on my own device anyway, so this is really good, so I'm not arching my neck looking down at my phone in my hand. And there's in-seat charging, there's an international power socket with USB-A as well. There's 2 power sockets per row of 3 seats, so just something to keep in mind. But because we're in EuroBusiness, there's only going to be 2 people anyway, but that'll be more of a problem if you're back in economy. And there's no in-flight Wi-Fi, which kind of surprised me. I've tried connecting a few times, but there's no access point, no Wi-Fi, so don't expect to stay connected while you're on board. And that's pretty much it. And now I'm going to plop my phone on this phone holder and watch some videos. Just touched down in Vienna. They were doing so good at the end there, and then they had to hit me with a bus gate. But anyway, overall, I think TAP Air Portugal has a kind of poor ground experience, but in flight, I thought the seat was pretty comfortable, and the meal service was definitely the highlight, so big thumbs up there. Now the question is, I know Finnair is going to do better on the ground experience, but can they do better in every other service aspect? Let's find out. Good morning from Helsinki. It's an early start for me today. It's 5 a.m, but the sun's already up here. I try not to book these early morning flights, but I was originally meant to fly yesterday afternoon. My flight got cancelled, so I had to rebook to this morning. These fuel shortages are causing havoc on my filming schedule for this series. This is the 3rd flight I've had to rebook that's been cancelled. Anyway, we're here at Helsinki. Let's go inside and see what the Finnair ground experience is like. I've flown a few times from Helsinki airport, but mostly in transit and always for non-Schengen flights. So today is going to be my first time seeing the Schengen part of the airport, and they've also got a separate Schengen business class lounge there. So let's check in and check out that lounge. I've just checked in for my flight. You can see the regular check-in area here is pretty busy, but over here, somewhere here, is the priority queue. Well, there was no queue. I got checked in no time. The guy sorted that problem I had with my seat allocation, and he also told me that the Schengen lounge is quite a discreet entrance. So let's head through the fast track security, which is that way, and see if we can find it. I love it when airports have the new security scanners where you don't have to take anything out of your bags. I got through that in like a minute or 2 max. Well, as long as your bags don't get pulled for secondary screening, but they didn't today. The guy told me the lounge would be hidden. It's right here. All right, let's head upstairs.
It might be 5 a.m, but this is Flyman Yann. It's never too early for a glass of champagne. Oh wait, maybe it is. Well, since I've got 30 minutes to kill, let's have a look around the lounge. Seating is split over multiple different sections with dining tables near the entrance, a more chill spot with sofas and comfortable seating, private booths in a quiet area, and even more private booths. I think they really value privacy here. Speaking of privacy, there's a bunch of phone booths, which is great to see seat, especially if you've ever suffered someone making loud work calls in the lounge. The views are great too, overlooking the apron with aircraft passing every few minutes. It was breakfast, so the food buffet was pretty basic with cold cuts, cheeses and pastries, but it was enough for such an early time of the day. And would you look at that, a bunch of sparkling wine bottles have appeared in the ice. Let's pour up, cheers, and add a point to the scoreboard. I was pleasantly surprised by this space. Usually Schengen lounges are a step down compared to their non-Schengen counterparts, but I thought it was well designed and I'm a big fan of the Finnair colours.
I really like Helsinki Airport. I can't explain it, but there's something really calming about it. Maybe it's like the materials they use, I'm not sure. If anyone's actually been here, let me know in the comments if you agree with me.
Here's the 7-year-old A321 we'll be flying on today. For the ground category winner, this one's an easy win for Finnair. With an efficient priority check-in and a much nicer lounge that actually felt calm and enjoyable, this one goes to Finnair.
I just got into the plane, I'm in seat 3A. Let's have a look around the seat.
Well, I said I like the Finnair colours in the lounge, but this grey on board is a bit drab. The seat has no adjustable headrest. Legroom is actually great at 31 inches of seat pitch, but this is only for the first 9 rows, which covers business class. The recline also felt pretty good here, but I'm not sure if this is just for the first few rows as well. There's a blanket provided too, which is the first time we've seen this on short-haul business so far, and it's good to see the device holder make an appearance too. But overall, when it comes to the seat category winner, the TAP Air Portugal seat looks nicer and has more going for it. And with boarding complete, let's start making our way towards the runway. Curtain divider closed, hot towel handed out, and breakfast served not so quickly, 40 minutes after takeoff.
Let's talk about the meal service. Now, you guys already know I'm not usually a fan of breakfast on flights. In any cabin, usually they're pretty subpar, but I actually quite enjoyed this breakfast, to be honest. There was some sort of, I think it was an egg and cheese souffle with bacon, potatoes and vegetables. Tasted good, smelled good. I could smell the bacon heating up, so I was waiting for it to come. Then there was a small plate with cold cuts, cheese, also good. Bread, croissant, and the fresh fruit, I've got to say, was really nice. I've said before on this channel that usually a lot of the time when you get fresh fruit, it spends too much time in the fridge or freezer on board and it gets really hard and it's not pleasant to eat, but here, it tasted fresh, it was soft, I really enjoyed it. So overall, I was pretty happy with the meal, and of course, I had some blueberry juice, a Finnair classic, and champagne. It's actually sparkling wine, but produced in France, so we're halfway there. Overall, very good breakfast. I really enjoyed it. And for the hospitality category win, I'm a bit torn on this one because I feel like I've done Finnair a disservice by booking this early morning flight, but, well, I didn't book the early morning flight, it was rebooked for me, but it's not really a like-for-like comparison, a breakfast against a meal service. But having said that, the tap meal really was excellent, so the hospitality category win is gonna have to go to
TAP Air Portugal.
We're back for another toilet inspection, and I can tell you straight away, I don't have much to say. It's a very standard toilet, nothing extra special, just the usual hand soap. But the one thing I will say about Finnair, and I noticed this on their last flight in economy when I was at the back of the plane, the toilets are always so spotlessly clean and they smell good. I don't know where the scent diffuser is coming from, but it smells so good in here. Anyway, that's basically it.
So Finnair gets the toilet category win today.
Okay, so I'm back in my seat. Let's have a look around at the onboard amenities. No IFE screen as we've come to expect by now. I've said it 100 times, but we do have this flop down, this pop down, flop down if you want, this pop down device holder, which I always love to see, so I'll be watching some videos on that in a second. There is no in-seat charging though, which is a bit surprising. No USB, nothing, no international power socket, and there is Wi-Fi provided as a business class passenger. You just need to type in your surname and seat number, and you get 30 minutes of the stream package, which gives you full access. You can watch videos, stream, use a VPN. The only thing I'd say is 30 minutes doesn't seem like a long time. I think it would be nicer to see at least an hour, if not for the duration of the flight. But anyway, I'll finish recording this video now so I can make the most of my 30 minutes. And yeah, and I'm gonna keep drinking champagne. Cheers. And when looking at all the different amenities provided, the amenity category win has got to go to
Finnair.
I've just touched down in Reykjavik, Airport, and overall I thought that was a pretty good flight. I mean, apart from the early morning start, but the ground experience at Helsinki airport was great. I really liked the lounge, even though it was a Schengen lounge, which are usually like a lower quality, I find. This one was really good. Had a nice drink at 5:30 a.m. And also the food on board. I know it was breakfast, and breakfast is never as good as like a main course, but the breakfast was pretty good. Still, I think TAP's gonna come out ahead on that one. But I guess the big question is, who's gonna come out ahead? TAP Air Portugal or Finnair? And I think this result might be the first really controversial one of the season. Let's find out why.
Finnair gets the win with 3 category wins against 2 for TAP Air Portugal. That means they'll proceed to the semi-finals to face off against next week's winner in long-haul economy. Don't miss it.
This is the thing, Finnair still comes out ahead with 3 wins against 2, but I can see the argument. The seat and the food category is maybe the most important ones, or the ones that matter to most people. So is it fair that TAP Air lost when they got those 2? Maybe. I'll have to rethink this for season 2, but for now I gotta keep the scoring consistent, and Finnair are moving ahead. Let me know in the comments if you've ever flown with TAP Air Portugal or Finnair in short or business class, what your experience was like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next week for the next round. Till next time.